Hello people, it's me, Jess, here with another reading. Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Today I thought that we could do a reading on what if you reached out. Somebody suggested this in the comment section. I thought it was a really good idea. Also, I burned myself with water, so sorry if that's bothering you, but that's just what that is. So anyways, I've got 3 piles here. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I'll put the picture up for you if you want to look at that. Otherwise, I'll see you at your piles. Okay, pile number 1. What would happen if you reached out to this person? So I think your person, whenever they think of you, they're very happy whenever they think of you. Something could have happened in this pile, but whenever your person thinks about you, they think about all of the good and happy times that they felt with you in the past. For some of you, your people didn't really express how happy they felt, and how, like, I'm just getting like a kindred spirit. For whatever reason. And so your person feels like there needs to be some kind of a change in order for you guys to move forward. Maybe you communicate this, or maybe it's just a sense that because they didn't express how happy that you made them, because that joy wasn't brought out into the open in whatever reason, that, or for whatever reason, that this person, that somehow slowed things down. Yeah, your person is secretly going to be thinking about how happy you make them. We have the 6 of Cups at the bottom of the deck anchoring this. So I just feel like your person feels a real sense of kinship, friendship, easygoing nature between the two of you. There could be like some kind of an apology that needs to happen, or just some kind of an offering that needs to happen, even if it's just an offering of being in each other's lives in the future. Because what's going to come out of this, we have the Wheel of Fortune coming through. We have a lot of major arcana. So we have Strength, the Sun, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Moon card here. So I feel like right now there's a little bit of fear and confusion, maybe on both of your parts. Like both of you are trying to be a little bit self-protective, and you have some fears that are coming up. So with the 7 of Swords, I am kind of getting like just to wait and maybe process your fears here, and that there might need to be some kind of a interesting approach that you have to this, and maybe even like a very mental approach where you don't say everything that you have on your mind. Do you know what I mean? Like and I am kind of getting like a hidden motive. So, and not starting out super emotional, just like a hey, what's up kind of a thing if you did want to reach out. The way that this will progress into the future, we've got the 6 of Pentacles. So this is a card of giving and receiving. But again, there is like a strong need for you both to maintain your own safety and your own sovereignty. There's some fears, there's some confusion, there's some illusions going on with the Moon card here. So I think that there's some kind of balancing out that needs to happen for there to be an equal give and take that's gone on. And I'll pull another card here. But the way that you're feeling if you reach out to this person is the 8 of Swords. So you could feel a little bit helpless. And you know that feeling that you get when you reach out to somebody and then you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. And is that person going to reach out? And are they going to think that I'm weird? Even if you don't even say anything weird, you know, you're like, oh, I just made myself vulnerable, put myself out there. Why would I ever do that? You might have that kind of a feeling where you don't know how the other person's feeling and is going to react. But I guess I'm here to tell you that with the cards that look how clear this picture is, the 7 of Pentacles and the Sun. Like this person's just looking directly over here. Now, for some of you, I feel like you have another person in your life, or you did in the past, that your person felt like you were very happy with. And that's something that they think about. And if it's not another person, it's them, like who they were in the past. Because I feel like maybe this person has been through some things, like we've all been through some things a lot lately, and they're just maybe wondering if you're the same person, if you're the same people, if you can resurrect that friendship and that relationship. But I just get the sense that your person, whenever they think of you, they feel really happy. And they want a change with the Wheel of Fortune. And I do feel like this would move things along. The 7 of Pentacles, classic interpretation is like what got you here won't get you there kind of a thing. And you realize that So I feel like whatever this person's currently doing, they're feeling very dissatisfied in. And if you did reach out to this person, I think it would highlight that for them. The sun always brings a lot of clarity. So this blast from the past almost, I feel like, would just give this person a lot of clarity. And they're going to be trying to work something out in their mind here. And I just feel like it's going to help them realize that maybe they're not so satisfied and maybe this isn't so valuable. This person could be focused on building their, I feel like currently your person had been focused on building up their material wealth or their material, like maybe they're just working and, you know, whatever this is, it's just very material and it's kind of superficial and maybe not fulfilling your person. But if you did reach out, then they would realize like about happiness and about joy and spirituality and clarity and the way that people make them feel and how important that is, you know? Yeah. We do have 2 sixes here, which is the card of Venus. And we have it in the anchoring position and in the future position. So I just feel like a lot of Venus. There could be like negotiating. I feel like you guys could be, you know, awkward at first where you're holding back. And certainly your person's behavior with the Strength card, they're going to have their analytical mind out about things. They're going to be trying to be diplomatic. This is all about Leo going into Virgo for me. And so you have the Lion, that's the virgin or the maiden, the woman is, you know, taming that lion energy. So this person might have, they're gonna be being very careful around you, and they're gonna be, you know, speaking in that very Virgo way. Virgo is an excellent communicator. Mercury exalts there, and this could be written communication as well too. And your person, I think you'll notice that they're being very careful about the things that they say. And they're not going to try to hit on you or come on to you or anything like that. So, yeah, and with the 6 of Pentacles coming out over here, I just feel like this is a balancing out where somebody's going to be entertaining 2 options, and it could be this person because it could require like a break or a shift or something. But your person's feeling really happy because this is the way that you're feeling the 8 of Swords, but they're feeling the 10 of Cups. So ultimate joy, ultimate happiness. Also, the sign of the rainbow is a sign of just like forgiveness and the calm after the storm, you know, and it's that promise that well, at least in like the biblical stories, like the rainbow is a promise from God, like not to repeat like the Noah's flood, you know, kind of a thing, and that level of destruction again. So I feel like your person wants there to be just like some kind of a happy ending, but you know, your hopes and fears, or this person's hopes and fears about the situation, is that it's not going to go anywhere with the Knight of Pentacles, that there's like the impetus to go anywhere. There's something about this pentacle energy, this earth energy, this responsibility energy, building something. I always think responsibilities with the Knight of Pentacles, that because of that, your person's not going to open up and they're not going to, you know, look at all this armor. Like they're not going to be able to bring that into the future. Also, look at the difference between these suns. This is just like a red circle, and this is like a flaming sun. So maybe there's a sense like you're just worried that whatever that was, it's distant, it's in the past, and because of the things that you guys have going on in your lives, you just can't really reprise this in the same way. So a lot going on under the surface. I do feel like your person's going to communicate back. I think they're going to be very nostalgic with the 6 of Cups here for the times that you had together, but it's just your person's tied to the land is what I want to say. It's like, you know, what is that? That's a phrase from like 7th grade history class. For the like feudalism, you know, tied to the land. And we all are kind of now because we're quarantining and all of that, but your person just not sure that they can get this back with you. This level of happiness. Maybe what you had was very I just feel like there was something private about that. So yeah, but with the Page of Pentacles, this to me is like a start of a new journey, or realizing that you could make something happen if you wanted to. But there does seem to be something going on in the background, something hidden. There is some kind of a problem that leads you both to feel like you have to bottle up your emotions in some way. So I think that there'll be, and it could have to do with grief, and it could have to do with like a falling out, but there is a potential for a new relationship, for happiness, for reconciliation, for both of you. Yeah, there's definitely potential here. But I think it's going to be a process, and I think that's just what I'm seeing here with the 7 of Swords. I want to clarify the 7 of Swords really quick. Yeah, there's a need to be defensive. And it's saying that you're nearing the end of the journey here and that you're probably tired and you're exhausted. A lot of you guys have been processing your emotions pretty heavy about this person, and it goes much deeper than that with the moon. You know, that the moon is the root of all things, in my opinion, having to do with that fourth house, the home environment, the early environment, our mother, our emotions, our subconscious mind. Like, it's really that fertile soil where everything kind of grows in darkness. So I feel like there's been this is what this is saying. There's been a lot of fears and illusions that have grown in darkness while you guys have not been talking, while you've not been communicating. And so it's saying, like, just to be defensive, to open up slowly. There's things about this person that they've grown now, and they've had other experiences that maybe has hardened them, and caused them to grow, where it's not just as easy as life's not just as easy as things have been in the past. Yeah. So your advice here is to go slow, to be defensive, because this person's holding back. They might want to have it out and argue and be passionate, but they're holding back. And so I think it's telling you to go slow and to be protective of yourself, of your heart, of your emotions, right? The moon is the place in us that's very porous, and that's, Saturn's very porous too, but like the moon is the place where, we're very sensitive and things are going to constantly be changing. So I feel like it's telling you that your emotions are going to go, like, this person has access to your emotions in some way. And I think you feel that. You feel, because we have the sun, masculine energy over here, and the moon, right? And the moon picks up the light from the sun. And that's what I feel like, you're going to, your emotions are going to go up and down with this person because they're tied to something else. And that's what the Six of Pentacles is saying too. There's something else that they have to give, that they have to give to. They're not going to be open up. It's not going to be a strong flow. You might have long periods of waiting for this person to get back to you. You might feel like things aren't really clear. You're not going to be able to get a very emotional read. Virgo is like, you have the moon ruled nakshatra in the middle of Virgo, which is Hasta, but it's a very analytical kind of an energy, right? And I like to call Virgos, they're the princes and the princesses. They've been raised to be like very mannered, very well mannered, very polished in their speech. They have very highly developed minds. They're aware of every little thing that they do, the way that it impacts their environment. They are very aware of their environment. So they're putting together a polished image. You're not going to get to this person's ooey gooey core. And you might want that. You might think, well, we've had such happiness, and if I reach out, then this is going to get going. But it's saying it's going to be slow going. It's saying that this person's guarded. It's saying that this person isn't going to express themselves openly to you, and that's going to bring up fears in you that you might not be able to get things off the ground, and that this person, whatever it is that they're doing, and I feel like it has to do with like job and home, that kind of stuff, and they're buckled into that experience right now, and it's taking a lot of their time and their energy, and they are starting to question things. And I do think that you coming back into their life would illuminate that for them, and it would illuminate a questioning process for them. And it would illuminate some of their habits. Maybe they have sneaky habits. I am getting that for like there's a small percentage of you where like this was an affair situation, or like this person, you guys had to hide this or something. And, but it felt really real and really happy and really raw, but this person just doesn't know. They're changing. This person is undergoing some kind of slow, like molasses is what I heard, slow change process. So, and I'm just going to say this, I don't know why, but like when I was in high school, there was this guy that I liked, and he was a really popular guy, and I was not popular at all. And I was like really uncomfortable of a person, And I'm sure some of you guys, like you feel like you need to do things from spirit. And I was just felt like I just wanted to tell him that I liked him. I knew that he didn't like me back. I knew that was going to be not a happy experience for me, but there was something in me that told me like I needed to do that because I needed to grow that muscle, and that there was a spiritual reason behind me doing that. And I kind of felt like, I heard that, if I couldn't even do this, then I'm not going to be able to do whatever I needed to do later on in my life. And so it could be a situation like this where it's just, you could practice non-attachment with this person, where you just throw it out there and say what you mean and know that you're going to be in this Eight of Swords state. And the Eight of Swords is a home state, because the traditional meaning of the Eight of Swords, you have that house that sits on the background. So it's all these thoughts, which kind of ties in with the moon energy here. Maybe they subtly sabotage you and your energy. Maybe you're too attached to the outcome. Maybe spirit is wanting to move through you, and it's saying, stop being so attached to the outcome. Follow my impetus. If I ask you to move, then move. That kind of a thing. And building up that trust with spirit. That could be what is behind this. Building up your own kind of strength. And, lying can be the ego. So I feel like, this is maybe some kind of because I'm really getting Hasta energy here, like that Virgo, that moon ruled nakshatra in the middle of Virgo, which is a very spiritual energy. It's a protective mother kind of an energy. So there could be a very protective mother energy that's influencing this, even if it is from the past. It's okay. Like with the Knight of Rods, like it's okay to turn things on and turn things off. Allow this to, oh my gosh, I'm getting like priming an engine. Or like a cleanse where you're just like pushing something out. So it's okay if you want to approach it as like with non-attachment, you know, and overcoming your own ego and just saying, you know what, I'm not going to be attached to the outcome. I'm just going to put this out there because I feel like I want to put this out there. Then go ahead and do that, you know, and just understand that you're going to be working through these things. Understand like, and it's telling you to be defensive and to be like very logical because this person's going to be very logical. When it comes to you. But they're going to be happy. I just don't think you're going to see it. They are going to be very happy because you represent this person's happiness. You got the 10 of Cups and the Sun here. And then you have the 6 of Cups at the bottom, which I love the 6 of Cups energy. To me, it's not a sexual energy. It's like a solid friendship, loving, just kindred spirit energy. And I think that's honestly, like I would say this is the basis for any good relationship, and it's the basis of this whole reading. Yeah. So I do think this person has the ability to impact your emotions. But I feel like if for those of you who want to practice rising up into your magician energy, practicing your will, but then notice the wall behind him, it's like you're still protecting yourself. You're developing your skill set, you're developing your tools so that you can have some kind of a new beginning, and you're trusting in the spirit. And you're allowing yourself to feel this, and you know that it might not work out in your favor. You know, or the way that you want it to. I feel like everything always works out in our favor in the long run. But I feel like you can only have that worldview if you prioritize spirit over the material world. But I'm not trying to like condescend to anyone and be like, you know, people get in accidents and things like that. I feel like that's not what I'm trying to say. Like that's a good thing, you know. Yeah, so that I feel like is what's going to happen. Your person's going to spend a lot of time thinking about this. And I feel like they move slow, this person. Like they're going to spend a lot of time thinking about this, but they're going to suppress their own desires in this situation, and they're going to come off very polished and very diplomatic, and you're going to be like, can I that Nicki Minaj song, if you had a heart I was hoping that you would show it some. What you telling me? I can tell you lying, get the F out, don't yell at me. Bed of Lies. I think that's what that song is, if you want to listen to that. So let me just get a song actually from my emo song pile that I've got going on here. Don't talk down to me, that's not going to work now. NF, let you down. So the song like Let You Down, it's like he's being kind of sarcastic when he's saying like, I'm sorry that I let you down. I feel like this person doesn't want to let you down though, because this is such a big energy here in the past. So that's what I have for you guys, pile number 1. Maybe I'll get a Journey of Love card. Just, you know, for people who are wanting to look at this as like a very spiritual thing. What do you have for these people? I do feel one other, like, I think I maybe mentioned this, but with the moon card up here, I feel like there's things about this person, there's things about the situation, especially about their home life and their emotions that you don't know about. And I feel like if you don't approach this with caution, it'll bite you. Guardian of the soul family. Yeah, this is soul family that you have here. I feel like this connection is a deep one, to where you can learn some deep spiritual lessons here. So you are being drawn to kindred spirits in the physical world by loving guardians in the spiritual worlds. If you feel you're leaving relationships behind, do not be afraid. The space that such courageous action, I've been talking about courageous action, have I not been? Yeah. Creates is sometimes necessary in order to have room for the new to enter your sphere of consciousness. You may also feel that somehow a relationship seemed to be held back from you is now becoming available to you. There is a great soul love calling you into more intimate connection now. It is sanctioned by the divine. It is a karmic destiny to fulfill. There is love that you are here to experience in connection with particular souls, predetermined by the divine plan. If you are struggling to feel the soul purpose in your current relationships, take heart, for you are being helped by divine guardians who understand and support the sacred purpose of your relationships. Be open to current relationships healing, whether that means improved communication and enriched experience, or the realization that you have traveled as far as you can together, and know that new relationships are going to be an important aspect of your spiritual destiny being fulfilled. Trust in the divine timing of your life and open your heart to the guardians who help you with unconditional love now. The guidance of this oracle for you is that relationship healing is taking place, in present relationships unfolding, in attracting the right relationships for your future growth, and in leaving behind relationships of the past with a peaceful heart. Be gentle with your heart, beloved. All is well. And then the poem is short, so I'll read it. When I open my heart, you cover me with a blanket of love and warm the silence with your caress. Words unspoken say it all as we become more than we are alone. This is so beautiful. I just want to say this though. Like whenever we're dealing with the divine, all you can really do is follow your intuition, and you don't know how it's going to turn out. You don't know how the healing is going to come about. And I'm seeing that strongly in this pile. There's things in this situation, there are things in this person, even if it's just deep in this person's subconscious, that are impacting this situation here. Fears and things like that. So this person's behavior might not make sense to you, which is why you also need to be protective. There is something unpredictable about this person. And they also move slow. Like they just don't care. This person is focused on themselves. They're also focused about their reputation and things like that. But like I was saying, I feel that your presence in this person's life could start a reflecting about what is truly important, because I feel like this person is tied up in the material world in some sense, and that's fine. There are certain periods of our life where I feel like we absolutely need to do that, and I have talked a long time about like Liz Green's book Saturn, a New Look at an Old Devil, where she talks about saints coming in under the banner of earth, because you're taking all of your spiritual lessons from previous lives where you master water, you master fire, and you master air that are a little bit quicker and more flexible to deal with in whatever way. And then you're pulling them down into the density of earth. That's a big mission, and it takes a while, and you have to know a lot of other things in order to be able to do that. Part of it is trusting, right? Like when you plant a seed, you do what you can for it. You water it, you put it in the sunlight, and you trust that the seed's going to do what the seed does. That's what I'm really getting for this person, is like the healing could come about. This is definitely a divine relationship, and the purpose of this relationship is more about getting you to trust your intuition and probably building up your relationship with the divine, right? Like jump, that kind of thing. Like okay, one more little story. Like when I was young, you know the Disney Pocahontas movie, there's the scene where she's like at the top of the cliff and she just runs from the cliff, and she like dives into the water. And I grew up on a lake, like we had a double-decker dock, and I was always too scared to dive off of the double-decker dock, because actually it hurts kind of bad if you don't know what you're doing. But because I did do it, but it just, anyways, that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is that I remember watching that scene, and like, again, like my intuition said, like, that's the kind of faith that I want to have. That's the kind of trust in God that I want to have, you know, is like just trusting that if I was running through off a cliff and I didn't know what was at the bottom of it, and God told me to jump, I could jump, you know. And that is a little bit of a give and take. Some of you guys might want to read The Journey Home by Radhanath Swami. It is an amazing, amazing adventure book about Radhanath Swami and his journey to India, and basically following his own intuition and the way that things work out for him. It's an incredible story. And anytime you read books that deal with India, they deal with really things that Western people are not used to. You know, it's a different perspective of life. I don't know why I'm going into this, except for I feel like you need to believe a little bit in miracles. And not miracles, like in Thor, where he says, what you call magic, we call science. You know, like just understanding that there's something going on that could explain it. We just haven't expressed it yet. Why am I getting so philosophical in this reading? It's because this is a deep spiritual connection. And the way that this is a soul family connection for sure. You guys have spent many lifetimes together. You've had many, I feel like you guys could have actually been married to this person in the past. Immense happiness. Immense happiness between you guys in the past. And I feel like there's a remembrance, a calling home. Oh, that song, Calling All the Messengers. by Lecrae. That's another song you might want to listen to. So maybe there is something bigger here, and it requires you to practice non-attachment to the outcome and just focus on listening to the drumbeat that spirit is giving you. And one more thing is, like Wayne Dyer, you know, he had that one metaphor of, if you're going to drive across country at night, you don't need to see the whole way. You have your headlights and it just shines like 200 feet in front of you, and then 200 feet in front of you, and then 200 feet in front of you. That's all you really need to know is this next step. And there are certain times in our life where that's really all we have to go on. So that's what I'm saying is, like, if you feel like you want to reach out to this person, understand that you're going to be in this 8 of Swords energy, and that's okay. If you want to use this as a spiritual practice, right? Everything in life can be used as a spiritual practice. And I feel like that's what this is telling you, is like, you might not get what you want. I'm hearing like getting blood from a stone. You know, you might not get what you want out of this person, but behind the scenes, know that you make this person very, very happy. And they could have some self-worth issues and things that they've done in their past. This person, I feel like, has had a secretive past. Maybe this person has been a cheater or something like that. And they're seeing your energy as very, I want to say sattvic, but like very pure. Sattvic is just like a very pure energy, doing the right thing. Trying to be like priestly and following the impetus of God. And that's what I feel, you know? Because I feel like this person feels better when they're around you. They feel closer to God, and that's going to give them some kind of a comparison to think about. And I feel like this person sees a lot of value in you and the way that you live your life. And that's, if you reached out, this person's going to be thinking a lot about that. But I do think it's going to be like on and off and slow and whatever. So anyways, I'll stop talking at you guys. Thank you for watching. If that resonated, I would love to know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. And please like, comment, and subscribe if you feel so moved. Bye, guys. Okay, right off the bat, I'm kind of getting pile number 2 that it would be better for you not to reach out to this person. And it would be better for you to just be yourself, like stand in your power. And the Empress, I always think of like growing things. Like, it would be better for you to just grow the things around you, to stand in your power, for you to be the best version of yourself that you can be. And I'm hearing, and by their fruits you will know them. So it's like, by your fruits, this person will kind of just know you and know what they're dealing with. Because this person can have some kind of tendency of being very sneaky. I don't know if this person's in a relationship right now, but they could potentially, if you know this person is in a relationship and you have a romantic interest in this person, and maybe this person kept telling you like they were going to leave, or something like that, I think that this person's going to not respond to you. They're going to cause you to feel like you can't really move forward, and they're going to play happy family kind of behind the scenes. Or there's something very sneaky with the 7 of Swords coming out front and center. I just heard leaving you on red. But and then with the 4 of Cups coming out in the future position, this is apathy. This is not responding. You know, because I do feel like, you know, the 4 of Cups, this is always the higher cup. So I feel like this person is maybe entertaining other options or something like that, and they're going to pretend like they're happy, but they're going to give, this person's giving to whoever they want whenever they want. And they like to keep people needy. They like to keep people on the hook, which might be why I feel like this person plays games, quite frankly. And so I that's why I feel like the advice is this: you have major arcana cards for your advice. Like, I feel like this is more about you cultivating your own self-worth. And then when you do that, the Wheel of Fortune is going to change, because what's coming out of this is some kind of rebalancing. The Justice card has to do with like making things right and equal give and take in a balance. I don't feel like the balance is this person's game. They like to be in charge. They like to be in control. They like to seem like they have everything. This person doesn't want to have an honest conversation. So I feel like the base of this is that the two of you guys are not in energetic vibration. And it's just, I feel like what it is honestly saying is to cut the ties with this person and to focus on building up your own energetic vibration into the Empress energy, and focus on love and equal, like the Empress is Venus card. The Justice is a Libra energy, which is ruled by Venus. So you have a lot of Venus here, and Venus rules diplomatic relationships and equal give and take. It rules like self and the other. And Venus, like, especially in Libra, the sun, which is our self, our ego, if you will, but it's that part of us that shines in the world as an individual self. It debilitates in Libra, because Libra asks us, well, how can I sacrifice, and how can I be diplomatic? What can I give up in order to go along, to get along? That kind of an energy. And this person's just not willing to do that. So I feel like this person's kind of getting what they deserve, I guess. You get what you put into relationships. That's the lesson of Libra, and the Libra Aries axis, right? That sun, you have to stand strong in and of yourself. And I feel like that's what it's telling you to do. Like that's also part of it. So it's figuring out where you can make the concession and where you can't. And I feel like what this is saying is like not to make the concession with this person. Even if it's just like, for some of you guys, your person's not an asshole. It's just the place that they're in right now. They're not in a place for equal give and take. They're just not. This person is going to be strategic. And I feel like you haven't heard, like you've got 2 4s here. So there's, this is very entrenched energy. Maybe the two of you are entrenched in different places, because with the two, this is such an imagery to me, where you've got the two, you can't come together, and then you've got 2 4s. One person's closed off and the other person is, I feel like you guys have something else that's trying to come in for you, and you're not seeing it because you're focused on maybe a third party situation. Because this person, I feel like there is something else here, whether it's a business or there is something else here. So yeah, I feel like it's telling you to wait. There's also opportunities coming in. This person might send you a message in the future if you wait, and if you heal, if you do your own healing work, and this person might see that you've become successful, at least in your energy, because you could already be successful. Success is something different to everybody, but because this person's going to notice your success. I do feel like the wheel of, like, the divine is involved in this relationship, and it's just saying not right now, because there's something that's going to change. You might be brought back into this person's sphere, but it's going to be much different. It is going to be much different. And I feel like if you do wait, then this person's going to, look, you got 2 4s and you got 3 2s. Wow. And you got 2 10s. And you got 2 3s. Wow. And then I feel like 2 7s. So, because Libra is a 7th sign, even though that's an 11. Yeah. What's interesting is your person's going to feel love. They want to reciprocate. Their feelings is the 2 of Cups, which is they feel the same attraction that you do, but I just feel like they're hiding it. They're being sneaky about it. They're being strategic about it. They're trying to leverage something here. Because in the past, this person was blocked off, and in the future, this person is going to be blocked off. But they're going from earth to water, which I feel like is more, they're loosening up. So something could happen, and that's going to change this person's possibly marital situation with the Empress there. There's going to be a big change that needs to happen. I don't know why I've been sharing little anecdotes about my life, but one time somebody close to me went through this phase where she was always calling psychics, and she had some extra time left over, and she for some reason started asking about me and what was coming in from my life. And one of the things this person said was, don't go east until it's been prepared for you. And spoiler alert, I did go east because I was a little baby sprouting in my spirituality, and I regretted it. A bad thing happened to me. And I feel like that's kind of what it's saying. It's saying don't make a move until this certain thing happens, until the energy shifts, until you rise up more into your Empress energy. You guys have something that you're supposed to be doing right now. Growing up your own self. You guys are going to be a nurturing presence for people in some way. This could be in your job, but you have a lot to give. You are like the earth itself. I feel like there's some kind of nurturing sustenance that you are going to provide. And I feel like this person's going to see that. They're going to hear about it, possibly from a friend, and then they're going to reach out, and it's going to be very loving. But so I just feel like it's telling you to wait. You guys, if you did reach out, you would feel stuck. You would feel like I just feel like this is like a waiting energy, you know, because you can't fully, there's something about you because you are like, you're doing something here, pile number 2, and you can't move back towards this person for whatever reason. And so maybe you might like just be checking your Facebook. Like, I don't know how you would reach out to this person. You'd be just checking your messages all the time, or you'd be on your Facebook all the time or something. And it could just pull you away from this thing. Because the Empress is somebody to me who has like her dominion, her domain. And, you know, this could be your home. But there's something here where you're responsible for something. And it's pulling you away from that. It's pulling, and so that's what I'm getting. It doesn't want you to split your energy right now. It's not a good time in your life for you to be splitting your energy. It wants you to put all of your energy towards you, because you might already be the Empress, to be frank, but it's like you're still building something, and you're gonna get to this place, and then maybe this person becomes aware of something about you. I feel like somebody's gonna tell this person something about you, and then that's gonna change the energy. But there needs to be an equal give and take. And I feel like for some reason, if you reached out, it would be lowering your own energy and lowering your own worth. Like this person really does need to reach out because they were so closed off in the future. And I think they're going to see you in a different light. You know, like the Wheel of Fortune is going to change. This person's going to get a glimpse of you or something. And maybe this person's situation is going to change where they're going to get freed up. And because right now you guys can't come together, maybe because you live in different places or something. So that could be what this Wheel of Fortune is all of a sudden this person's freed up to move around, or you are, or, you know, COVID, you know, lightening up so then we can travel, that kind of stuff. Like that big shift where all of a sudden now you can come in each other's spheres. So I was just saying Nari now, I feel like. So your hopes and fears is that this is going to move forward, that you can have some kind of an impulsive connection here with the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords doesn't really care about the consequences, like just wants to get something off of its chest. So you just might feel like, I just want this person to be in my life. I just want to say what I need to say to this person, you know, and I want them to say what they have to say to me. I just want this to get a move on already. But it's just saying everything is happening in divine timing, and that you're waiting for a cycle to end out and complete. Yeah, so let's see. Let's get a Journey of Love card. This person might want to work together with you. I feel Spirit is being very protective of your energy, pile number 2. Like this person needs to see your worth, because you're the Divine Cup here. And if they don't see your worth, then I don't think I think that Spirit is intentionally holding you guys apart, and you're having all these ideas and you're having all these thoughts. And it could be pulling on your emotions, but there's the divine timing going on. She is the moon. I don't know why I just feel that should be a song. So some of you should write a song called She is the Moon and then share it with me. Okay. She is the moon. The light of the moon ebbs and flows. The wisdom of patience is not about waiting around for something to happen rather than getting up and getting it done. The wisdom of patience is that of the gardener who consults the lunar cycle. Ooh, the right timing promoting growth. Planting where there is fertile soil. Ooh, and allowing the soil to rest and replenish when it needs to. You are being asked to check in with your timing. Is now the timing for action or rest. It can change quickly, just like the phases of the moon. If you are unsure, that's okay too. Perhaps you are waiting for more light to reveal the way as the moon grows full. All things come in time. Your message comes through this oracle. Your manifestation is unfolding in perfect timing. If you feel something isn't happening fast enough or is happening quickly and you're unsure if you are really ready, be assured all is well. If something is not clear to you and you would like it to be more so, the clarity you seek will come to you. Do not worry. Do not try to force the insight. Just be with what is happening now and trust. You are moving and growing and all is well. Soon you will see that for yourself, just as the moon grows full and revealing even in the midst of the deepest night. And the poem is called Waiting. These moments are precious, like jewels on the crown of life. They beckon my heart, forming memories that sparkle with joy. And like the longing of a sweet caress, they draw me near, melting into one, showing what is possible on the journey of life, waiting for the seasons change. There's something about seasons that is coming through here, and the moon and the cycles. So some of you guys, with the Empress, some of you guys will really benefit from having a plant. if you can garden, if you're gardeners, just getting into that, like the timing of the seeds and the timing, everything unfolds in its proper time. It's so funny. I was just looking into getting this gardening book for like beginners, and where it tells you like, okay, well, you have to plant this, when it's this degrees out, or, that kind of a thing. Because everything is a seed, and everything that was coming out in pile number 1. Why is there so much seed imagery? Probably because I just looked at that garden book. And Venus, the Empress, like that it's a master gardener. So you are being called up to being a master gardener, a nurturer of souls, someone who understands the divine timing of things, the tempo. The moon does keep timing, especially in Vedic astrology. Everything unfolds by the moon, because that moon is on that 28-day cycle, thereabouts, give or take. And it really is like the keeper of time. And so is the females are tied to the moon with this Empress energy. So regardless of your gender, you're tapping into that divine feminine energy. Get in touch with nature. So one other thing that a lot of spiritual communities recommend is, like, whenever you have time, right? As you can make this part of your meditation practice, where if you sit in the same spot every day, like even if it's just looking out a window, and you observe nature and from the same spot every single day. So, then you will observe like how everything changes, like just slowly and over time, and you don't miss a day, because then, it's like when we are all just going about our regular life and we have things on our mind and stuff, it's like sometimes you look up and it's fall, but it's just realizing how things just unfold so naturally. That's really what I feel like this is doing here. It's allowing you to trust in divine timing and allowing you to put your energy where it needs to be at any given time. And right now, you're needed elsewhere. I feel like you're just needed with yourself right now, because you're growing and something's going to change. Yeah, that's just really what I'm getting. So she is the moon, you guys. I can't wait to hear the songs that are going to come out of that. Anyways, that's what I have for you guys, pile number 2. If that resonates, please like, comment, and subscribe if you feel so drawn to do that. Bye, guys. Okay, pile number 3. What would happen if you reached out to this person? So right away, I'm having a little more difficulty reading this spread than I am the other ones, because there's a lot of conflicting energies here. But, sometimes that's how human beings are. Basically, I see that your person is doing well for themselves. They have really strong boundaries. The Ace of Pentacles is the position for how your person responds to you reaching out. I think this person would be happy to hear from you. And they would be observing and examining things. And aces are always new beginnings. So this feels like a new beginning. But the Ace of Pentacles is also my boundaries card. And this is your person's behavior up here with the 9 of Pentacles. I'm just getting that I think your person's doing very well. This person has very strong boundaries, and they have strong boundaries so that they can grow and flourish. This person has been experiencing a period of abundance in whatever way that is. I feel like they've been feeding their mind. They've been feeling their soul. They could have gone through a period of intense independence, but they've been growing something, and I feel like this is in many different areas. The 9 of Pentacles is the pre-Empress card, so this is somebody who's doing very well for themselves. This woman in this picture looks so at ease to me. She's got her hair dyed, and she's letting her freak flag show. She's in a comfortable, flowy dress. She's eating her grapes and her wine or figs or whatever that is that she's eating, and she's sitting under her tree that she's grown for herself. So it feels like your person is doing really well. Now, what's interesting to me, and what I'm saying is, like, there's standing at stark contrast to this healing, this beautiful healing, almost Garden of Eden kind of energy that's coming out of this person. You have the devil. This is a toxicity kind of a card dealing with materialism. And so I feel like what's going to come out of this, and I don't know where it's coming from, because anchoring this is love, the Two of Cups. So the devil could mean that there's other mitigating factors. Your person, maybe that's what it is. Your person doesn't have a problem with you, but your person has strong boundaries. This toxic energy is incompatible with this person at this point in their life. I feel that this is healing. This is something that your person's been working on. They've started over themselves. They have very strong boundaries around them, and their space, emotional, physical, it's lush, it's green, it's small, it's homey, it's loving, it's healing. It's a place where healing energy can come in. So I feel like this person's just very protective of themselves. So what's going to happen is you're going to feel a restriction. You might not even be able to reach this person. Oh, I see, with the Devil card, because they're starting over, they're trusting, they're letting go of this old energy. I really get the sense from this person that you've got to come in. It's like you got to take your shoes off. Nobody's going to be trekking dirt and mud all over my space. And for some of you guys, I feel like maybe these energies are flipped. And if you feel like the energy is flipped here, there's just an incompatibility in energy with the Two of Pentacles down here, because this person's taking control of their lives. So yeah, for a lot of you guys, this is you. I feel like this is you, and this is the message that you've needed to hear, is that no, if your boundaries are up, some of you guys are like, well, what if this person reaches out to me? And you're scared because you've built something up for yourself that's strong, and you know how strong your healing has been. This has the energy of hoovering, right? Like narcissists, they devalue, discard, then they hoover you back in, and then their toxic nonsense just continues to run rampant. But you have like built something beautiful, very abundant. This is going to flower. And so some of you guys need to hear that. But for others of you, if this is your person, just know that they're doing very well. Spirit is very proud of this person. They have grown in their wisdom. They have grown in their boundaries. The space around them, I feel like, is just absolutely beautiful. And I feel like maybe this is worrying you with the moon, because you just don't know if there's a place for you in this person's life. That's what your hopes and fears are with the Hermit card, is that actually you're not going to be able to get to this person. Even if you wanted to reach out to this person, you might not even be able to get through, because Saturn is the energy of restriction. You have this Capricorn into Aquarius energy. Both are signs ruled by Saturn in the Vedic system. And when I clarified the Devil energy, we got the Fool, which is all about trusting and new beginnings and letting go and going where Spirit wants you to. I feel like this person has developed themselves spiritually. They're trying to turn away from materialism, bribery. I don't know why I keep getting bribery, where somebody is trying to bribe this person with money or things like that. But this person they're not going to disturb their inner peace for a little money or a little ice cream or whatever. It's just not worth it to this person. I feel like you're dealing with a very independent person. So in the future, this could end up being an argument. And this person might not be sure about your energy and where you stand. There's love here. The anchor of this reading is the Two of Cups. This is the love card of the deck. This is a mutual feeling of love that can flow between two people. And it has a lot of potential. This is the energy of just blossoming. The sun is a healing energy. Water is emotion. You have this sand here representing that there's little things that I feel like need to be examined. This person wants to offer you something, but it's going to be on their own time. Saturn rules timing. This person is not yet ready. It's like they've built something and they're pretty far along with the Nine of Pentacles, but it's not done yet. It's like this person's going to know whenever you or anyone else won't be able to mess with what they've built. And they're building up their own inner strength where they can call it, they cannot call it. This person they seem very self-reliant, or they're on a journey of self-reliance. And that's what you're ultimately being pointed to here as well with the Queen of Wands, because your advice for this situation is to stay in the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is an independent energy. She knows what she wants. And this is a magnetic energy, right? And with the dragons in the tarot can symbolize like being ready to overcome a certain obstacle. There's an obstacle here with the Devil card, and it needs to be freed. Now, unlike pile number 2, where it looked like Spirit was moving that along, we had the Wheel of Fortune, which is just a big change that comes from Spirit. This is you feeling stuck. Oh, okay. You're not powerless in this situation. This person certainly doesn't look at you as powerless. This person needs to know that you're taking responsibility for yourself, for your own actions. So there could be a third party here, because the Devil often indicates that. So, and you could be associated with a group, or materialism. This person doesn't know that you have the same values, and this person has made a lot of headway, and it would be, honestly, I'm impressed with this person, I gotta say. And I do feel for a lot of you, it's you, and that you actually need to hear this message. But this person's built a lot, and they've done it independently, and they've done it through listening to spirit, and they have a new beginning. And I wouldn't be smart for this person to risk that, because they can't tell who you are. They have love for you, but there's people around you, or you're too influenced by materialistic things. This person's not and because of it, they've started to blossom. So this person might actually, whenever the time is right, because this person is in their cocoon, and they're very near a process where they're going to be strong, very strong, and your energy or anybody else's energy is not going to be able to mess with this person. It's a very solid tree trunk energy, and when they get to that place, they'll open up their walls. They'll be a little bit more open. It's a matter of strategy, but I feel like it's all coming from spirit. This person's really listening to their intuition. They're learning, they're reading, they're healing. If this is a toxic family situation, this person's reading up about narcissistic abuse, abusive relationship dynamics, hoovering, because this does look like it could be, this person's afraid of being hoovered is what it looks like. It looks like this person has cut people out of their past. They've strengthened their boundaries. They've grown their own internal strength so that they're not going to be tricked and fooled. This person, like I said, has grown in their wisdom. And I feel like a lot of that is just understanding like narcissistic cyclic patterns so that they just trust themselves to be able to deal with it. But like I said, they're not quite there yet. And I'm not saying that you are a part of the problem, but this person doesn't know if you are or not because there's other people involved that are toxic. And they are toxic with the devil here. So in the past with strength, I feel like maybe both of you were holding back. You were trying to hold off an argument, but this argument is going to come about in the future. It will. But yeah, this is about breaking through cycles, trusting. There's so much love here. It's why it's hard for me to read these cards, but there's also strategy. So it's like this to me looks like a person who is a survivor of narcissistic abuse, and rather than letting that crush them, they got smart about it. And they took responsibility for themselves with the Queen of Wands and said, I really got to be more careful about who I'm letting into my energetic space. So some of you guys are a part of a toxic unit, and you would know that, like, because maybe you don't want to grow your own boundaries. And in that case, I feel like this person is like a mentor to you in that way. But it's like, because your advice here is the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is someone who takes ownership for themselves and is, like I said, a very magnetic energy, pulls things in that is meant for them. There's also, there is something here about timing. So the reason is because with the Eight of Swords, you feel powerless and helpless, but the Eight of Swords, it's a lie. You are not powerless and helpless, and that's what Spirit's saying. You're the Queen of Wands. At the very least, you control your own behavior. If you do control your own behavior, this person's going to watch and notice it. Again, I said this to my patrons, like I had something similar like this. I found out about certain people's behavior, like behind my back, and I still have not said that to that person. This person's so plugged into spirit. They know what you did. They know, I wouldn't try to like betray this person. They're going to have zero tolerance for it. But like, basically, your advice here is you're not a victim in this situation. You might not be able to reach this person currently. You will be able to in the future. This person loves you. It's not about you. It's about this person. It's about the sanctity of their space. This person is entirely peaceful, very, very peaceful. This is a person you want to hang out with. This is an energy you would be blessed to be around. But just like anything, there's that Mike Tyson quote that's like everything precious is protected. This person is learning how to be protected. That's part of their own like self journey right now. And they're going to get to a place where like the timer goes off and the cookies are done. And that's what's happening in this person. Some of you guys have had I'm just saying what I need to say. Like I said, I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is your energy. But some of you guys have been in a very self-centered energy. You're trying to manipulate. You're trying to bribe this person. And whether, like, Spirit is calling it out and saying the tactics that you've taken against this person are toxic. That's exactly why this person has been instructed to be in their cocoon at this current time. It's not that you're a toxic person. The love between you is pure. Some of you guys have been influenced by a toxic person. And you've been listening to the devil. You've been listening to the wrong person. You are going to get clarity on this, but the Page of Swords. But the Page of Swords requires distance. So what's coming from this is you're not able to access this person's energy. And it's going to cause you to reflect, which is something you're scared of. You're going to be alone and you're going to have to reflect on your own power in this situation. And it's going to break a cycle. It's going to break a toxic cycle. Some of you guys, there's a group involved in this, whether it's a family, a work situation, something like this. There's other people involved and you're going to break free of it too. And this person was like the first one out. I don't know why I'm going to say this, but like, you know, when people leave the Amish communities, like the first ones out, they started their own construction businesses and things like that. And then other people, they help other people to come out of it. Like that's what this person's doing, but they're not ready yet. And I feel like you need to honor this person's independence. And then through that, you're going to honor your own independence and you're going to see actually the way that you behave matters. Because if you come to this person without trying to bribe them, without trying to control the situation, without trying to manipulate the situation because you've been listening to people who have an agenda with this person is very smart. They're very learned. They're going to see right through it. And they're not going to take kindly for you not taking responsibility for your own actions and behavior. And neither does Spirit. For others of you, you're dealing with people like this and Spirit's trying to tell you through this reading that you are in your cocoon and that it's okay. You can have love for somebody and still have your walls up, still have your boundaries up. So, and it's okay because this person's going to have to evaluate their own behavior. Because I feel like this person, whoever's trying to make the contact, this person has not considered their own behavior in any way that is self-responsible. Okay? And you're both supposed to be alone here for now. And you could come together and have a beautiful, beautiful relationship, but there can't be a third mitigating variable that's toxic here. So that's what I have for you guys, pile number 3. I hope that wasn't too harsh, but I hope that was helpful. Okay, wait, let me go to the bathroom because I have to go, and then I'm going to pull a Journey of Love card. I'll be right back. And we're back. Okay. Whoa. Fire and ice. There is something, yeah, okay. Let's see. What do you have for my Spirit? What do you have for pile number 3? Message you have for pile number 3 regarding reaching out to this person. The cloak. Okay, another thing, like there's that meme that was going around and, well, it wasn't a meme. It was like, this person was like, you know, when we're on a spiritual journey, we have to acknowledge that sometimes we're the toxic ones. So I just feel like I wanted to say that, like we all have toxic traits within us where we're not seeing clearly. And it doesn't mean that we're coming from a bad place. I don't feel like anyone is actually coming from a bad place. If anything, there's just a third party involved that's coming from a bad place, that's trying to manipulate, trying to control the situation. And this is such a beautiful energy. I can't, I feel like it's rare in this world. I just feel very protective of it myself. Okay. Okay. So the cloak. Around you, there is a cloak of your own creation. Perhaps it has served you for a time as an invisible form of protection, as a way to claim needed solitude, as a way to retreat inside to find out what you truly feel, what you truly need, to find yourself after being lost in an ocean of thought and emotion, not always your own. Yeah. Yet the time is fast approaching when you will no longer require that cloak. You have attained an integration within, a knowledge of self that makes it possible for you to connect with the world, with others in a way that does not leave you lost and struggling to find yourself. You have learned how to hold yourself. You have learned how to do this well enough that you can successfully hold yourself and hold another too. You don't have to push the world away. You can invite them in and play. What have I been saying? This is all about this process where this person is cloaking. They have strong boundaries. I feel like this is actually a mirrored journey between the two of you. It's just that you might be taking steps from this person and realizing that actually the way that you've been behaving is you've been protecting yourself. There's something toxic here. I kind of don't feel like it's either of the two of you. But you have to make your allegiance known or this person is going to not open up. The message that this oracle brings to you is that you can safely release the forms of security that you once held. You do not have to abandon your boundaries with others. Rather, your boundaries are so functional that you can enter into relationships with more openness, trusting that your boundary will naturally assert itself when necessary, giving you the connection to yourself that you need when you need it without having to withdraw from the relationship entirely. It is time to trust your own boundaries and practice letting them help you whilst actively engaging in deeper relationship. You'll have fun. And then the poem is, loneliness is like a ship in full sail with no wind and no place to go. Yeah, because you're afraid of loneliness here. But I feel like this is about looking that fear in the face and understanding that having a strong relationship with yourself, trusting yourself to hold these boundaries is what's going to give you permission to have flourishing, beautiful relationships. So there is something here about boundaries being necessary for a time as you're rehabilitating yourself. I always say, I always think of that scene in Forrest Gump where they're like, run. Jenny's like, run, Forrest, run. Like when he's running from the bullies and he's got the leg brace on, and then like his leg braces fall apart and he can run because his legs have finally healed. So like these things, like spirituality brings us through our own times where we have the leg braces. And I come from a toxic family, and I can hear the person in my mind that would belittle me for having boundaries, that would say, oh, well, you can't just hide yourself and lock yourself away. You can tap in, anything can be medicinal, right? We're always striving for balance, but sometimes in order to achieve that balance, you have to embrace an extreme, like tucking yourself away, growing your own self relationship. There's that phrase that the people who don't like your boundaries are the people who benefited from you having none. So you are aware that there are sharks around you that would not honor your self-sovereignty and your boundaries at this time. Those are not people to be around. Like spirit has put you in a leg brace so that your legs can heal. If you take the brace off before your legs heal, it didn't do any good. You're going to be right back in the same situation. So try not to listen to these toxic people around you who don't spend time with themselves or have a spiritual practice. Yeah, I feel like there's just a lot of clarity that's going to come from being alone. But yeah, so basically what's going to happen if you reach out to this person, you might not be able to get through. This person has a lot of strong boundaries, so you're going to have to watch from a distance. This is going to bring up your own fears and insecurities that there might not be a place for you in this person's life anymore. If you know that you're not a toxic person, but you can identify that there's toxic people around you who are using manipulation tactics, control tactics, who are whispering things into your ear about this person, about what you need to do in order to manipulate this person. And manipulate can seem like a good thing. We just need to get her out of her own way. We just need to get him out of her own way. Spirit is dealing with that. Spirit has access to this person, and I can tell you for a fact that this person's in a beautiful, beautiful energy that very few people achieve in the world, and that you need to trust that, and Spirit's trying to get you onto that path too if you're resonating with this. Through a period of solitary introspection. You're being invited to look at the ways that you've protected yourself, the habits, in the ways of communicating, listening to wolves in sheep's clothing, those kinds of things, thinking that it doesn't really have an impact on the situation, because all of this is about empowering your own self. You might be feeling like there's just nothing that you can do in this situation because this person has such strong boundaries. But what's going to happen is the easy bake oven's going to go off. This person's going to be very developed. This is a very developed person, and they're going to come back. They're going to be willing to have the hard conversations with the Knight of Swords, and they're not going to care. This person's not going to care how it goes on, because I feel like this person's confronted their own feelings of alone to the point where they're thriving. They're thriving in that. They're going to be very big. They're going to be able to handle whatever it is that you throw at them, even if you try to ambush them with like a bunch of toxic people that they don't want to be around. This person's going to be able to handle that because they're going to be completely free. And I feel like Spirit wants the same for you. Some of you have come from the same family as this person. This is about a slow journey, a new way of being, because I'm just getting that who this person was in the past, they are no longer, or they won't be, because they're growing into themselves. And they are going to, it's true, your energy is either going to be compatible with theirs or it isn't. And I'm sorry if this was a rough message, but that's just how it wanted to come out. Because I feel like, this is having you examine a lot of childhood wounds and issues and the ways that you've dealt with it and coped with it. And that's why you guys are being kept apart right now. So anyways, that's what I have for you guys. Pile number 3. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys.